Good morning. This is Pastor Jason of Kona Faith Center with the word for today. And the word for today is to deny myself. Deny myself, take up my cross, follow Jesus. What good would it do to win the whole world but lose my soul? What could I give in exchange for my life? I think this is the core message of the gospel. Deny myself, take up my cross, follow Jesus. The two rhetorical questions Jesus asks, what good would it do to win the whole world but lose my soul? What could I give in exchange for my life? Imply that the way to salvation is deny myself, take up my cross, follow Jesus. Now, I think we have to be careful not to get religious or legalistic with deny myself. The call to the Christian life is about serving God by serving others. Philippians 2 tells us this is what Jesus did. Jesus did not come to be served, but to serve. Jesus himself said that. I don't think we in the U.S. really have a clear understanding of this call. Servants, slaves are not part of our culture. In fact, there's a strong antagonism against being a servant or a slave. We're taught to be independent, that we have the freedom to do whatever we want, that we're the masters of our faith, the captains of our soul. Hogwash. Independence from God is the root of all sin. Cooperation with God, obedience to God, is the foundation for everything that is good in this life. So, being a servant is the key to living a life that pleases God. And Jesus seems to state without serving, without imitating him as a servant, we will lose our soul. Whoa! So I can make mental assent to serving God by serving his people. That's easy. But how can I make the practical adjustments to being a servant when it's not natural to me? I think it starts with a destiny vision thing. The way it gets asked all the time is, what do you want to be when you grow up? The only answer that seems acceptable to the servant lifestyle that we're called to is, I want to be what God made me to be. And notice I said I want to be what God made me to be as opposed to do what I want to do. When we start with God's plan, which the psalm today says stands firm forever, we will end up in the right place. I think the next practical step is a question. What do you want me to do today, Lord? What are the 3 or 4 priorities for me today, Jesus? I think the next practical step is to ask the Lord to order my steps today, to lead me, to guide me, to direct me where he wants to go, to do what he wants me to do. And for me, that means that then I also need to ask the Lord to take care of all the other things today that I don't get to, so that I can do what he says to do and be at peace about it. Deny myself, take up my cross, follow Jesus. I really think this is the core of what it means to be a Christian. Help us today, Lord, to truly serve you by serving your people. The word for today is to deny myself. God bless. Check in tomorrow.